Hello, my loves. Today I wanted to share with you a little releasing and moving forward ritual that I do kind of occasionally. And my daily routine is I have a time in the morning where I stretch or do yoga, whatever you want to call it. I am not an instructor of any kind. So I don't have yoga certifications. I'm not Tai Chi certified, not yoga, not Qigong, Koi, none of that. But I've been studying this stuff for 20 some years. So it's just stuff that I incorporate into my life. And so in the morning, usually when I take the dogs out first thing, I'll stand in the grass to get some grounding in and then do some stretching, some yoga, some sun salutation cycles. You can Google that. One of my favorite teachers is Rodney Yee online. I also love Yoga with Adrienne if you want to check that out. But there's lots of different ways you can learn these things. And here locally we have Hourglass Yoga, Erica Austin, Uttara. Online in our wellness community group we have a great Qigong instructor, Paul from Florida with Heartsea Qigong and Qigong, however you want to say it. Tai Chi is also a wonderful way to balance your autonomic nervous system in the morning. So anyway, I would start with that. That's how I kind of start my day outside, and I'd be standing. And then either during that time or later when I go to my office to, start my day with prayer, I would do what I'm going to do here. So either when I'm doing my stretching outdoors, incorporate it then, or when I'm doing kind of more of my ceremonial prayer, setting in the intention for the day, segment intending, that kind of thing. Okay, so that's how I would plug this into my day. But this is a great time to start this practice because we just had a full moon, a super moon, blue, full moon, harvest moon, whatever. And a lot of folks I know like to release things at the full moon. If you think of it in terms of the full moon can represent summer. It's a time of great abundance and plentifulness. So when you release something, you also want to fill that void with something abundant, right? So if you're releasing personal characteristics, you want to fill it with something new. If you're releasing something tangible, you want to fill it with something new to replace that, because if we don't fill a void, then the vacuum will fill the void with chaos. So intention is key. So anyway, since I'm just sitting here inside, I'm just going to light a candle. It kind of helps me set the tone, the mood for being kind of in the moment. And then I've got a little incense cone, and my friend Jen got me these for my birthday, moon incense, I think from Crystal Cottage on Electric Road in Tanglewood Mall. So let me just let that get going for a second. So sensory is super important to me. I've got some ADHD, so the candle, the scent, and just the calmness of the space. To pop on this video, I had to wait for everyone to leave the house because I can't focus if everyone's around. And the lighting is better here than in my office. So just kind of got that going. Okay, so you just kind of want to connect with yourself for this and really just be open to connecting with the global consciousness, with God, with Source, with your ancestors, your spirit guides, with whatever you refer to it. I don't like to get into religion and doctrines and dogmas and stuff like that, because this works for everybody. It doesn't matter even if you are an atheist. It doesn't matter. It's still a physical release. So we get so busy in our heads, in our thinking analytical minds, and we're constantly bumping up against people. A lot of us live in chaos. So this is a great time to come back into our body, feel our embodiment of our humanity in our body, connect and release. And again, I'm sitting, but this is really ideal to stand up for, because the first part I want you to do is I want you to first just kind of connect with the earth. If you love angels, you can call in some angels. Sandalphine is great for grounding, and just call in whatever you want. If you just want to, thank the earth for supporting you, for grounding you, for providing that electrical current. You can make it as scientific or as spiritual as you choose. Connect with earth. That's our kind of base chakra. That's our base energy. And then I want you to kind of focus up around, just below your groin area, focus up to your root chakra, typically represented in red, just kind of focusing on that area. And that's an area that represents safety, right? So take your fist and kind of on your hip bone there. You're not hitting yourself, you're just kind of tapping yourself gently. I want you to tap there around your groin, your hip bones, not your tummy, but like down near your legs, sort of in the crease. And I want you to think about release. So like safety, okay, I am safe. I release my sense of fear. I release worry. I release poverty. I release things that cause me to cling on to unhealthy people or ideas or beliefs. I release that because I'm safe. I'm strong. I'm supported. I am complete. All the resources I need in the world are at my fingertips, and I have complete access to all of the food and water and housing and warmth and coolness that I could possibly need. I have access to infinite abundance, and I only just need to tap into that. So I open up my gates for infinite abundance. I can access all the things that I need at any time for myself, for my family, for my friends. Everything's at my fingertips. I open myself to that abundance, and I allow that to flow into me. I am safe. I am receiving. I am abundant. All is well here. I am in a good place. I feel good. I can allow myself to feel at ease here now. Okay? So let's move up. I want you to imagine an orange aura around your abdomen. For women, think of it as, your creative area, your uterus, your cervix, your feminine parts. And men, you have parts too, right? So think about this lower abdominal area of your creativity and your unique individual talents and gifts. So think of that abdomen area. For this, I like to just use my fingertips because it's a little bit more of a sensitive area. And you can use your fist gently if you prefer and just tap that area in your abdomen and release. I release thoughts that I'm not enough. I release beliefs that I'm not creative. I release things in the past that have been created in my name or my presence or by my thoughts, beliefs, or actions that I no longer attach to. I cut the cords of attachment to anything created in the past that brings me a sense of weight, of heaviness, or pain, or heartache. I release that now. That's all going away. I'm in this body and I'm safe here and I'm creative. And I accept creativity. I accept my unique, beautiful gifts and talents. I accept my ability to create magnificently and boldly with courage. I am courageous in my creation. I'm not holding back. I'm here for it. I create, I manifest, I generate. I'm here to change the world. I'm here to add my spice to the flavor of the global recipe. I'm here for it. It's safe for me to do that. I'm empowered, not holding back. I'm fully here to create. Feels good. So then think about moving up a little bit. I want you to imagine a yellow kind of aura coming out from you. This very centered mid-body space, sort of near your diaphragm. Again, fist or tap here in this area and release. So for this area, it's been very powerful for me to think about my connectedness to earthly connection and spiritual connection. We'll go more into divinity, but for now, just connectedness. I release any feelings of not belonging. I release feelings of not fitting in. I release feelings of being embarrassed about my uniqueness, about my weirdness. I release rejection, betrayal. I release unloyalties. I release past situations that I've allowed myself to exist in that cause feelings of unease, discomfort, worry, fear, doubt, I release anyone and any situation that makes me feel used, abused, and just not belonging. I release all of that. I release a sense that I don't belong in the global framework. I release any sense that I am not part of global consciousness. I accept global consciousness as who I am. I allow the infinite power of universal connectedness to allow me to feel the oneness and the connectedness with the humans that I encounter on this earth. And even when I'm in chaotic situations, when I look at them, I see them as my sisters and brothers. And I know that we're all connected and we're all one. And I accept my role in this connectedness here on the planet. I accept my connectedness to the global consciousness network of Earth. And I accept my connectedness to divinity, to God, to Source, to all of those that have passed before me, to all of those who would share wisdom with me now, consciously, subconsciously, intergalactically. I accept connectedness to things that I can't understand that are beyond my earthly vision here. I accept connectedness to the possibility that there are forces that I don't understand that are guiding and supporting and loving me, that they're protecting me, and that they are creating paths for me right now, whether that's through quantum physical energetics or whether that's through beings that are transforming time and space to make a path for my highest good. I accept that. I allow that to empower me, and I embrace my connectedness and my acceptance to that. So you're very activated now in your lower chakras. You're connected to the earth. You're red, orange, and yellow glowing hugely. And we're just going to move up to our heart space. And I want you to imagine that sort of as a green aura, a green orb of energy coming into and from you. And just connect here with your heart space. Of course, we think of this space as love. And it's also healing and power. So your T cells are in here coming from your thymus gland. Your heart's maneuvering that fourth phase liquid through your body in the form of your blood. Your lungs are pumping the air for your existence, so you're very embodied in this humanness. And I can now release pains and heartaches from the past, people who have hurt me, places I've allowed myself to be in that weren't for my highest good. I release all of that past. I release without blame, without shame, without guilt. I release all of that because it's just part of this interconnectedness. And often the intentions there are not harmful. And if they are, if there has ever been evil intended to me, through any relationships that I've been in or interactions that I've had with people, even driving, I release that. I cut the cords to that. That is all gone now. It's all in the past, and now I focus on and I intention, and I look to absolute, massive love and empowerment. I am so connected to global consciousness, the infinite energy of massive, I have a word, it's coming, I can't think of the word, expansion, massive expansion. I'm part of that. I'm contributing to massive global expansion with love and light, and I am a person who is contributing to goodness, to love, to volunteering, to sharing, to giving, and I receive all of that. I receive compassion, I receive love, I receive care, I receive nurturing. I release shields that protect me protect my ego from being allowed to receive that kind of kindness and sharing and love. I'm putting my ego back down in its place in my lower chakra, and I'm telling my inner child and my inner teenager and my ego that you're okay. You're safe. You're okay. There's nothing that you need here. Love abounds and love expands from me, and I'm watching this glowing green ember just, I can feel it just charging through me. It's in all my cells. All of my cells in my body are gyrating with this energy. I'm literally tingling all over. I hope you are too. Just love is just profoundly embodied here in this aura that I'm exuding is massive. People driving by my house can probably feel it right now. So that feels so good. So we're going to move up to our throat chakra. I'm not going to tap right on mine because it all sounds like this, but you can, and you can talk too. It's good to let your voice resound here. So open up. You've got all these glands in here, your throat chakra, your esophagus, your throat. You've got all these muscles in here that hold this big head up. So tap, 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 and release. I release fear of speaking for the benefit of the good of all people. I release fear of using my voice. I reject and release being tied from sharing what is good and beautiful and high and loving with others. I reject and release any kind of bounds that would hold me back from that. And I cut the cords of my childhood and my teenage years, the fear and insecurity that prevented me from loving and sharing and speaking fully in truth. And I allow and accept and receive my ability to speak from a place of love and for the highest good of myself and people that I love. Just doing this video today, it took me being able to release this to do this because I wasn't always courageous enough to be able to do this publicly. All those releasing insecurity, releasing imposter syndrome, and releasing needing another certification, releasing needing to be more on paper so that people will accept me. We release all of that and we accept our unique personal journey as our story. And that story that we're not afraid to tell, we're going to just tell it and speak it in love. And love is just going to come out from our mouths. And when love is not flowing, we know when to be quiet. We know when to hold back. We know when to refrain because we are wise. So let's move on up. Imagine right in here, inside your brain, you've got a crystal in the center of your brain in your pineal gland. And when we focus here, it allows us to kind of tap into that because wherever you focus is where you put your energy in. So let's tap into that. Imagine it as like a little vortex, a little clam, and you need to open it up like a lotus to receive the energy from above and to exude your personal wisdom. So just tap in there, and I want you, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't activate your color system here. So for your throat, I want you just to, your orb is just turquoise, it's just flowing out, beautiful turquoise energy, like those pictures of the Caribbean on a turquoise day, and oh my, smoke is getting in the camera. So now we're moving up, and I want you just to picture cobalt blue, just divine cobalt blue energy. This is also in your protective egg, right? So this cobalt energy of knowing. I trust myself to know. And now I release any self-doubt, any self-judgment on my intuition, on my knowing, my clair knowing, my clair consciousness, my clair seeing, my clairvoyance. I tap in to that clair fortress in my mind, and I allow and I trust in myself. I trust that instinct. Jonathan was telling me that last week before his stepmom went in the hospital, he had multiple intuitive hits to call her. And he was working and driving and he couldn't call her when he was doing it, when he was having the thought. And then when he came home, he got busy and he forgot. And then we got the call that she was in the hospital. And trust yourself. I allow myself to trust my intuition, to trust my ears, my eyes, my mind, my heart, my soul. I allow that trust and I connect to divinity through that crystal in my head that allows me to do all of that. I trust myself. I allow trust in my intuitive abilities. And now I want you to just imagine this glorious royal purple. You can add whatever colors feel right to you, but crystalline, crystal white, clear, iridescent. I like purple and violet in there, just flowing into your body through your crown. And just tap the top of your head to activate that. Open the gateway there. I release any thoughts of disempowerment. I release slavery. I release sabotage. I release servitude. I release subjugation. I release submissiveness. I release hierarchy. I allow for divine goodness to flow into me. I am one with divinity. I am all that ever was. I am all that ever is. I am perfect. I am every day moving one more step toward divinity. I am one with God, one with spirit, one with my ancestors, one with the archangels, the angels, my spirit guides that have come before me, that speak to me in my soul, my grandmothers, my grandfathers, my greats, all the way down the line. I imagine them surrounding me and empowering me and protecting me and guiding me along the way so that my footsteps take the proper path and that I receive not only earthly guidance and presence, but I receive ethereal, galactic guidance and divinity and knowing, and that I trust. I have no fears here. This torus around me is filled with these colors and this energy that is totally courageous, bold, and empowering, and I am filled with that. I trust me. And then I give back. I give back into that torus all that I came here to be, all that I am, all that I have. I'm moving forward with trust. I'm moving forward in safety. I'm moving forward in creativity. I'm moving forward in connectedness. I'm moving forward in love. I'm moving forward in truth and in discernment. I'm moving forward totally in connection with my senses and my intuition, those which I can and cannot see, feel, and touch. And I'm moving forward in divinity with all that is and ever was and ever will be. And I'm moving forward in my divine empowerment. I accept my feminine and my masculine traits. I merge those together, and I trust that I'm building a community around me that I can trust to share resources with me to help me take one step forward, that can help me, that can mentor me and guide me, and that also whom I can mentor and guide along the way. That there's that yin and yang balance there, that masculine and feminine, both divine, both beautiful, working together in harmony. And I am so empowered now. My body's on fire and I am in harmony. I send forth the Reiki of peace and harmony across space and time for your healing and for your moving forward, because now that we have released all of that, we are now embodied spiritually, physically, in all of our greatness, and everything that we move forward into today is empowered. And so it needs to be intentional. So where I'll leave this now is with the thought of segment intending. So I'm getting ready to go into the next portion of my day, and so I'm going to spend just 1 minute before that section of my day setting the intention that I will be my very most highest, best self for that intention, that segment of the day, whether it is a task-based segment, whether it's a driving segment, whether it's a human interaction segment. I am going to show up in my very best way. I'm going to be the most productive. I'm going to be the most intelligent, the most analytical, where I need to be. And I'm going to be the most spiritual and the most loving and the most connected where I need to be. And above all, I'm going to trust myself and my connectedness with my body and my soul and my spirit to move forth in this day exactly as I need to be. Now, when you do this on your own, you don't always have to take quite so long and add quite so many words. I was really trying to receive the maximum benefit for everybody who could be watching today. So I probably went into a lot more than I normally would have for myself on a given day, but I hope that's helpful to you. And I hope this is the best day ever of your whole freaking life. And then that tomorrow you're going to do this again and it's going to be even better. And then the next day you're going to do it again and it's going to be even better. And when the contrast serves you, when the conflict arises in front of you, when the human interaction is heavy, that you call back to this place and you connect back in, just tap your heart, activate all of those centers, tap back in and show up as your highest self so that you can learn from the contrast. Life was not meant to be floating down a stream perfectly all the time. Sometimes you have to bump up against a little rock to expand. Remember the balloon. You got to stretch it a little bit to grow it. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this was helpful. Mwah! Release and embody. Have a great day.